Привет. I'm Chuck Olenek, a Ukrainian American. I was baptized with the name Yaroslav. Today is June 5th, 2026. It's year 5, day 102 of the war in Ukraine, or day 1563, if you want to put it that way, since Russia began its all-out invasion of Ukraine. But if you are aware of the conflict and how long it's been going on, it's really day 4,488. So, what I've been doing with this channel of mine, aside from doing history stuff and, entertaining myself by exploring all sorts of topics of U.S. history and medieval Slavic history and culture, I started following what was going on in the war in Ukraine ever since the war started. As a matter of fact, the irony was I posted some pictures of family, I think the day before the invasion, and I was talking about how worried I was because my parents are from there. So I've been collecting photographs and memes and artwork and infographics, and I put them together in videos, and I put them up to raise awareness, and I don't offer commentary. I just put the videos up there to preserve the pictures and also to raise awareness. So I'm not like a real journalist. I'm not like a real historian. I taught history. But sometimes a story comes along and it attracts my attention, and I gotta say something about it. I gotta boost the signal. So yesterday, President Volodymyr Zelenskyy of Ukraine he wrote an open letter to the dictator, I'm not going to call him president, Vladimir Putin, proposing peace talks. And of course, immediately there was a response, from the Kremlin, and how, Putin's at his big summit in St. Petersburg, and he turned it into, you see, the Ukrainians are asking for a ceasefire, but really they're threatening us. Flipping the narrative. I just thought I would share excerpts of the letter. I'm proposing a meeting. Zelenskyy, an open letter to Putin. Do not be afraid to take the path out of this war. In an open letter to Putin, Zelenskyy said the war was your personal choice and urged direct negotiations, a ceasefire, and prisoner exchanges, while saying Russia is under growing strain from losses and pressure. Whatever you may say about NATO, geopolitics, or the Russian language, this war is your personal choice, a war without a real cause. That is how history will remember it. Russians are finally becoming less comfortable with this reality, with the fact that the war is bringing more and more negative consequences to Russia. We know that 63% of your battlefield losses are killed, while only 37% are wounded. In the 21st century, no army can afford such a ratio, and the share of those killed will continue to grow. We in Ukraine do not want a permanent war. We know very well that life without war is infinitely better, and we want to achieve that. Ukraine has preserved its independence, and it will preserve it, despite all predictions to the contrary. We brought the war onto your territory, and you would not have been able to cope with it without North Korea's help. You are the first ruler of Russia to turn to Pyongyang for assistance. Ukraine proposes to end this war. This must be done honestly, with dignity, and with guarantees that the war will not be reignited. The war has permanently set Ukraine and Russia apart. You will have to fight much harder for your own existence, not Russia's but your own. It is a fact of Russian history that you know well. When Russia grows tired, change comes. So that's what President Volodymyr Zelenskyy said to Putin. Of course, as always, it seems to be, Putin's move. Maybe it'll be Ukraine's move. Maybe they'll just keep sending in drones until a Ukrainian victory, until Russia backs off. Slava Ukraine.